Welcome back. A new survey shows 3 in 4 Arizonans say their dental health can affect their mental health. And a growing number of people understand your teeth have implications for your overall health as well. This annual survey was done by Delta Dental of Arizona. So let's bring in the group's dental director, Dr. Heather Schneider. Dr. Schneider, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to be here.
It's great to have you. So let me start first with the connection between oral health and overall health. A growing number of Arizonans understand there's a connection here. What did your survey find?
So thankfully, we are learning that more and more people are becoming aware that there most certainly is a connection between oral health and overall health. And this is important because, you know, as awareness grows, people are getting in to see their dentist, understanding that there's direct ties and correlation to every bodily system. And we can dive deep into that if you want to.
Yeah, like what diseases can be associated?
Yeah, so everything from, you know, heart disease, diabetic conditions, there's respiratory implications. Mental health is connected also to oral health.
But before we get to mental health, how can what's going on in your mouth affect what's going on with your blood pressure or with your lungs?
Right, absolutely. So it all comes down to inflammation. When the oral environment is not properly cared for, there's dysregulation of the microbiome. And when that happens, you know, there's bacteria that goes where it doesn't belong. Inflammation ensues. The body reacts with the immune system. And over that chronic, continuous inflammatory process, you know, there's a lot of dysregulation throughout the entire body.
Got it. So if the immune system is fighting a war in your mouth, it's going to be fighting a war elsewhere. Talk to me about the connection between dental health and mental health. What did your survey find there?
Yeah, so we're finding that more Americans now than ever in the state of Arizona are aware that oral health and mental health are directly tied to each other, and this all comes down to the gut-brain connection, really. It's not just about confidence when you smile and, you know, the social anxiety that comes from not being proud of the smile that you have, but the physiological response. I mean, poor oral health truly does lend to things like anxiety, depression, so it is significant.
Now, this survey by Delta Dental also looked into hygiene practices of Arizonans, and we seem to be going in the wrong direction when it comes to hygiene and replacing toothbrushes. So tell us about that.
Right. So the survey let us know that there's a little over half of us in the state of Arizona who are not replacing our toothbrush as often as we probably should be. The ADA, which is the American Dental Association, does recommend that we replace that toothbrush, you know, at least every 2-3 months or more often if that's necessary. And that's just not happening. We can improve on that for sure.
Yikes. And I know in years past, I think 70% of Arizonans were replacing their toothbrush every 3 months. We're down to 59%. So buy some new toothbrushes, folks. Your survey also looked into the idea of teledentistry.
Yeah.
Dentistry is not something that I feel like you can do. I don't associate it with telehealth, but it is a thing. Tell us about it and your findings there.
It absolutely is. I mean, this is all about opening access to care. When someone cannot physically get into a dental practice, it's nice to be able to call someone up, an expert in the field who can, you know, take note of symptoms and have a conversation with you about what happens next. You know, do you need prescriptive care? Where should you go to receive what you need? Things like that. Sometimes there are even radiographic companies and services that will take those images, and then teledentistry will take a look at that from a distance.
Gotcha, sort of walking through your findings. Fascinating stuff. Dr. Heather Schneider from Delta Dental of Arizona, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate your insight. For more information, of course, you can go to azfamily.com. Let's send it over to Paul.
Hey, Derek. Yeah, good information. Appreciate that. Okay, let's